so we're continuing our series of visual tour or virtual tours of the new shelter. This is video number 8. In this video, we are going to see the cat isolation room, which I'm standing in. We're also going to do our cat intake and our free roam room for the cats. So lots of stuff to talk about. The cat isolation room is also where our healthcare folks are going to be. And one of the advantages that this room has versus our current shelter is that we're able to have the healthcare folks in the same building as the cats and the dogs. In our current shelter, they're in 2 different places. And healthcare then has easy access to all the animals that need to be treated. And the nice thing about the isolation room here for the cats is that they are where they are away from other cats in terms of if they have any sort of communicable disease, like an upper respiratory type of situation. And it's much less stressful for the cats to be in this area rather than in the, like say, the healthy cat area where they may be in the current shelter because of just from the sheer numbers of cats. So that's it for this area, and we're going to step over and take a look at the intake area for the cats. And now we're in the cat intake room, which is just a couple steps from healthcare and the cat isolation area. The huge advantage for us in this room is that we can pick up the cats at the surrender area, and they come in here, whether they're being surrendered from a resident, whether a humane officer is dropping them off, or whether we're getting a transfer from another shelter. All those cats will end up in this room. We'll have an opportunity to evaluate them, and then they can either be transferred over to the isolation area if they need treatment, or they can go immediately to the healthy cat area. One of the things I want you to notice as we walk around to all these different buildings in the healthcare wing is that they all have a lot of windows. So there's a lot of natural light in these areas, and wherever possible, we'll position the cages so the cats can look outside. The other thing that this room is going to serve as is our office area for our TLC volunteers and our cat coordinator. In one of our previous videos, Bart showed you an outside view of our cat porch and how that's coming along. I just wanted to give people a perspective. I'm standing right in the middle of that cat porch, and we have direct access over on this side to our get acquainted rooms for the cats. And then as I'm coming indoors, you'll get a sense for our free roam areas. So I'm going to walk in here. And the free roam areas are really important to us in the new shelter. We have very little free roam space in the current shelter, and the huge advantage is that the free roam room gives us an opportunity to put the cats in an environment where they're not in the cages, where you can picture this room with little cat towers in here and all kinds of toys for them to play with. They're going to get a lot of stimulation. It does give us increased capacity. So the huge bonus for the cats is they don't have to spend nearly as much time in their cages. They get to interact with other cats, and they're getting a lot of stimulation that they just don't get in the current shelter. From an adopter's perspective, they get a chance to observe the potential cat that they want to make part of their family and see how they interact with other cats and get a real chance to see them outside of just being in the cage environment. And for our final video, we're going to be going down to the healthy cat area and talking about, again, some of the advantages that that's going to give us in the new shelter. But I do want to remind folks that if you're interested in getting a paver brick as a memorial for someone in your family or a pet that you've had, those are $500, or you can make a pledge of $100 a year for 5 years. But the deadline, if you want to be included in our first batch, is May 15th. Bart's going to put up a link for you, and if you go to that link, you'll see more information about donor recognition opportunities.